Alright, welcome. This is the 7.1. Here you're going to be classifying the polynomial. Okay? So, let's go over the core concept. What is a polynomial? A polynomial is defined as a monomial or a sum of monomials. Each monomial is called a term of the polynomial. So, let's take a look. So, here would be a term, the second term, the third term, and the fourth term. These are all terms, okay? Because they're all monomials. A polynomial with two terms, if it's just two terms, that is called a binomial. Bi stands for two. A polynomial with three terms, 1, 2, 3, is called a trinomial. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 4, and we have a different name for that one. Okay? But for the sake of this class, you just need to know what a binomial looks like and what a trinomial looks like. Rarely will you get a 4. Okay? So the degree is the greatest degree of its term. So in this case, okay, you would say that the highest degree, this is 0 degree, first degree, second degree, third degree. So here you have a third degree. So here, this shows the third degree. Okay. This is in standard form. Standard form is when it is going from descending power from left to right. So again, this is third degree. Then you're going to see how it becomes the second degree. Second degree. Here becomes the first degree. And here becomes 0 degree because again it is referred to as the constant. Alright. So the last thing that you would like to do is once it's put into standard form, the number in front here is called the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is the number that is in front of the leading term. So this whole thing can be expressed. This whole thing, right? So 2x3 is called the leading term. But the 2 is called the leading coefficient. Alright? That's your degrees. Here, that is your constant term. And it has 0 degrees. Okay? So you need to be able to classify the polynomial using these core concepts. Alright, example 2. Okay? You're going to write a polynomial in standard form. Here, you're going to write 5x minus x cubed plus 3 in standard form. You're going to identify the degree, then the leading coefficient of this polynomial. The reason why this is not in standard form yet is because it's not in descending power. Okay? So, we look like this has degree 1, this is degree 3, this degree 0. We want to rearrange it. So, let's rearrange it. Right? So the degree 3 goes first. So it's a minus x3 because again, be very careful with the sign in front. Then we have the degree 1, which is plus 15x. Then we end with the plus 3. Okay? This is how it looks like in standard form. Right? So you could write this polynomial in standard form exactly like that. From the greatest degree of 3, so the polynomial of this has a degree 3, the leading coefficient here would be a negative 1. Okay. All right. Now, example 3. Okay. You're going to use the information that we just got to write each polynomial in standard form. Then you're going to identify the degree and classify each polynomial by the number of terms. All right. So let's do A first. Okay, negative 3z4. All right. So the polynomial in standard form, it's just one term, so it's just itself. Negative 3x, negative 3z to the fourth power. Okay, so that's how it looks like in standard form. All right. The degree here is the number on top, which is the 4, and it's only one term, so it's called a monomial. B, this is the polynomial. Now you rewrote it. Again, it's rewritten like this because this has a degree 2, second degree. This has a 1, so this is the first degree. All right? So here it has 2 degrees, and it has how many terms? 1, 2, 3. So that's called a trinomial because it has 3 terms. C, 8q plus q5. If you rearrange it, it becomes q to the 5th power plus 8q. If you can't see it, let me rewrite it for you. Q to the 5th power plus 8q. The highest exponent here is 5, so the degree here is 5. How many terms? 1, 2. That's why it's called a binomial, because again, it has 2 terms. Let's do the last one, which is it. Okay, that was the last one. All right. Next, you want to monitor your progress. You're going to write the polynomial in standard form. You're going to identify the degrees and leading coefficient of the polynomials, then classify the polynomials by the number of terms. Exactly like what we did before. All right, you could do this now. Okay, you could pause the video if you would like. All right, so the first one, standard form, should be 9z plus 4. This is a first degree because the exponent on top of the z is 1. The leading coefficient here is negative 9. And this is called a binomial because it has 2 terms. 6 should be negative t to the 3rd power plus t to the 2nd power minus 10t. This is a 3rd degree because the exponent on top of the t is a 3. The leading coefficient is negative 1 because of that negative in front. This has 3 terms in the polynomial, so we call it a trinomial. 7, 2.8x plus x cubed. So the x cubed should go first. X cubed plus 2.8x. This is a 3rd degree polynomial because the power 3 is on top of the x. The leading coefficient is a 1. That is the number in front of the x cubed. And this has 2 terms, so we call this a binomial. Okay, so there you go. That is how you classified a polynomial.